The mighty lion, king of the jungle, found himself in a desperate situation. Thick vines held his legs fast. His roars of frustration echoed through the trees, a sound of both anger and fear. He thrashed, his claws tearing at the tough fibers, but the net held firm. Despair began to creep into his heart. From the depths of the undergrowth, a tiny creature scurried. A mouse, barely larger than the lion's paw, heard the lion's desperate cries. Driven by an unlikely courage, the mouse approached the massive feline. The lion, seeing the diminutive creature, let out a booming laugh. You tiny thing? What can you possibly do to help me?" The mouse, undeterred, began to gnaw at the thick vines. Its tiny teeth worked tirelessly, its small body a whirlwind of determined effort. The lion watched in astonishment, his initial amusement turning to grudging respect as the mouse's persistence began to pay off. Slowly, painstakingly, the mouse worked at the net, freeing strand after strand. Urspas. The sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the jungle floor. Finally, with a final determined tug, the mouse freed the last strand of the net. The lion, stunned into silence, stood up, shaking his mane. He looked down at the tiny mouse, his eyes filled with a newfound respect. "Little one," the lion rumbled, his voice unusually soft, "I owe you my life. I underestimated you, mistook your size for weakness. You have shown me true strength lies not in size, but in courage and perseverance." The mouse squeaked happily, its tiny heart overflowing with pride. Days later, the lion was hunting. He stalked a zebra, his powerful muscles tense with anticipation. Suddenly, a net, identical to the one that had trapped him, fell from the trees, ensnaring the zebra. The lion remembered the mouse's bravery. He approached the trapped zebra carefully, remembering the helplessness he had felt, and began to work at the net, using his powerful claws to tear the vines apart. He freed the zebra, a silent promise echoing in his heart. He would never underestimate the power of even the smallest creature, and he would always remember the gratitude he owed the tiny mouse who had saved his life.